Hey, have you ever thought about buying a rental property but felt kind of overwhelmed or unsure where to even begin? What if I told you that owning your first rental could actually be easier than you think? I've got some solid steps to walk you through it today so you can start building wealth with real estate. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be feeling way more confident. Let's dive in. All right, before we get into the nitty-gritty of how to buy one, let's talk about why you should even bother with a rental property. Rental properties are a great way to build wealth over time. You've got two big income streams here. One is rental income, and the other is appreciation. So rental income is what you make each month from tenants paying rent. After all the expenses, that's your passive income. It just comes in each month without you having to do much extra work. Then there's appreciation. Over time, the value of the property can go up. The more the property is worth, the more equity you have. Kind of like getting paid for doing nothing, except holding onto the property for a few years. I don't know about you, but the idea of passive income sounds pretty awesome, right? So, if you're ready to get started, let's talk about how to get your finances ready. Before you start thinking about buying, you've got to get your finances in order. So here's what you need to do. First off, start saving for that down payment. You'll usually need at least 20% of the property price. So yeah, that can add up fast. The earlier you start, the better. Next, check your credit score. A solid score, you need to aim for at least 620. That's the key to getting good financing. The better your credit, the better your mortgage rate will be. Then there's your debt to income ratio. Basically, lenders want to make sure you can afford the new property on top of what you already owe. The lower your debt compared to income, the better. And don't forget to set a realistic budget. It's not just about the purchase price. You've got to think about ongoing costs like maintenance, taxes, insurance, and even potential months when the property might sit vacant. Once you've got all those sorted, you're ready to start looking for the property itself. But where should you buy? Let's talk about that next. When it comes to rental properties, location is everything. A nice property in the wrong spot is never going to make you money. Here's what you need to look for. You want to find areas with high rental demand. So look for neighborhoods near schools, colleges, hospitals, or big employers, places where people are always moving in and looking to rent. You also want to check out local real estate trends. You can do this by looking at sales data or talking to a local realtor about where the neighborhood is headed. Are there any upcoming developments? Is property value rising? Then there's the rent to price ratio. Basically, you want to make sure your monthly rental income is at least 1% of the purchase price. So if a property is $100,000, aim for a rent of at least $1,000 a month. That way, you're more likely to see a good return. Picking the right location is so crucial because it can really make or break your rental property investment. But once you've got the location down, how do you actually find the right property? Let's see. Okay, so you found a great area to invest in. Now, you need to evaluate the properties you're looking at. Here's what to focus on. First, the condition of the property. Look for places that are in decent shape or only need minimal work. Fixer-uppers can be tempting, but they come with hidden costs that can eat into your profits. Always factor in repair costs when you're evaluating. Next, calculate the rental income potential. How much can you charge for rent? Compare similar properties in the area to see if you're in the ballpark. Websites like Zillow or Rentometer can help you get a good idea of rental prices. Then, think about cash flow. You want to make sure that after your mortgage, taxes, insurance, and maintenance, you're still bringing in money each month. More cash flow is always better. And even if a property doesn't generate huge cash flow right away, think about its appreciation potential. Could the property increase in value over time? If so, you could still make great returns in the long run. Once you've found a few properties that check all the boxes, it's time to make an offer. But how do you know you're not overpaying? Let's talk about negotiating the deal. All right, once you've got a property you're into, it's time to make your move. Here's how to make sure you're getting the best deal. Start with an offer that's lower than the asking price. Sellers expect negotiation, so don't be afraid to ask for a bit less, especially if the property's been sitting on the market for a while. Do your homework. Now, know what similar properties in the area are selling for. That way, you've got a solid basis for your offer. Also, get pre-approved for a mortgage. If you've got your finances lined up already, sellers will take you much more seriously. And make sure to get a property inspection. You'd be surprised at how many issues can be hidden under the surface. You don't want any surprises after you've committed. Negotiating is key to making sure you don't overpay. So now that you've got your first rental property locked down, how do you actually manage it? Watch this next video where I'll show you exactly just that.